Hello there. We are back. We've already done the alpha, and this episode is going to be all about the Explorer nodes. So there's 25 of them. I've made all of them except 3, as you can see here. Now, we already read the first 6, I believe. I know the first 4 at least. But, all right, we'll start with 5 just in case. Okay. Ragnarok was so impressed with Squirt it asked for all creatures except the Phoenix that made Ragnarok one of the most popular arcs. They all requested the griffins, ice wyverns, lava golem, ice ferns, and some ghost creatures for their caves. Ragnarok allowed a fight with the dragon and manticore at the same time, but the Overseer did not have a use to test survivors. We also have a special arc that only houses people from recent past. The Overseer wants to see what happens if you put a lot of them together, and we are all interested to see what happens. They requested many present-day animals such as goats, birds, lizards, and frogs. Also, they wanted basilisk. Some very disturbing news came in. The ark has been almost fully destroyed by a Technic. It was never a good idea to put those people together. The Overseer is dead, and the ark is in chaos. Everything seems to have gone underground. Well, most of it, at least. We have sent one of our scouts to scout the broken ark to see what is happening underground, and hopefully he can disable any broken transfer of terminals. Aberration maybe? Let's get this one. Earth is once a beautiful and magnificent place, but after a very big war, it has been laid to ruin by element corruption. Only a few big places with non-corrupted life remain. The first one is Sanctuary, where it almost all began because of element. They evolved so quick, maybe too fast. The city has still lots of life, but it remains of its former glory, a remnant of its former glory. Humans, although not here anymore, still are not extinct on Earth. Most of them are hiding in small villages and oases or small cave systems. The planet is full of titanic monsters that wiped and corrupted almost everything on the planet. At this place, the first proto-arcs were built. The Titans are in constant pain of corruption, and that's why they follow the corruption and the King Titan blindly. The poor creatures that were made there, such as dinos, have been corrupted because of element. And the unfortunate part is that the element hive mind has access to part of the database of the arcs. Luckily, they only know how to download. If they figure out how to download, they would need to corrupt the station first, but that's never going to happen. Prisminius Prime was made between Sanctuary and Arat Prime. Arat Prime is a place on the other side of the planet that was built to launch the Genesis ship. So there we have Extinction. Okay, 7. One of our scouts came back with gruesome info. The broken ark, its life was mutated because of the radiation and element in the soil. This caused the creatures to rapidly evolve bioluminescent traits, and some evolved into completely new species. We just named these include goats, shinehorns, lizards, blowtails, frog, bulbdog, birds, featherlight, bug, glowbug, crab, carcanos, rat, roll rat, wolf, ravager, and there are rumors about mutated angels. After many meetings with other overseers, we have concluded to give some arcs to aberrant creatures. The overseer of Volgaro made a new area dedicated to them, but because some issues of uploading the rock drake because of their location, we could not supply them with rock drakes. This is the same problem for Crystal Isles. Both overseers were very disappointed. Both had their own unique creatures. However, Vigero got ice golems, chalk golems, and Deinonychus. Crystal Isles got 3 variants, the Crystal Wyvern and the Trophignathus. Number 8. The Genesis ship was launched at Arat Prime with its mission to find a habitable planet not infested with element. Multiple simulations were created to teach survivors to survive on the new world. They could range from pixel games to parks to documentaries for kids. The main one, though, was designed for survivors that they could always respawn and the multiple biomes ranging from deserts to ocean to the colder Arctic. There were many of these biomes, I can't even count them. They all have their own master controller, guarding the biome and taking notes of your improvements, such as motor, ignis, and many more. The Genesis ship itself holds much life and flora to bring to the new world. New creatures such as the Maywing and Strider were founded here. The simulation introduced a new creature for every biome, but here are some of the well-known ones in the data center. Bloodstalkers, Ferox, Megashelon, Magmasaur, and much more. The space whale was found a few days after the launch, so they added it to the simulation. Alright. 9. See if I see it. Here we go. Lost Island was made in reference of old Earth media. It introduced the Dinopithecus, Amargasaurus, and Cinemacrops, and also asked for a new guardian for some reason. The Overseer has a monkey problem. He wanted the boss to be a big Dinopithecus that had many versions on Cinemacrops and Amargasaurus. And as a reward, the survivor would get a monkey outfit. No one was happy making it, except the Overseer of Lost Island. Fjordor was made by one of the Overseers that created Volgera. He wanted to use all the new discovered species and made Norse Viking map having multiple realms that are far from corruption and are clean, if any element, except the volcano. Don't worry, it introduced Androsarchus, Fjordhawk, Desmodus, and Fenrir. It also wanted many new bosses, so we provided. Alright. After so many centuries, how is it possible? Well, I should explain first. Our scout went to visit the sanctuary, point of interest on Earth, and what he found was magnificent. He found an owl mutated by element that was not corrupted. It lived in the snow and has element veins all over it. So he uploaded it and called it Snow Owl. 20 days later, we find an overgrown water bear that is maybe 100,000 times its size. It seems to have mutated because of element. It's immune to getting corrupted, and it uses air to travel. So we call it a gas bag and uploaded it. 70 days later, we found an element mutated frilled lizard was non-corrupted, and it used its mane as a weapon to fire needles. We uploaded it and call it the Velonosaur. We also found an evolved dragonic wolf mutated by element. It jumped everywhere and shot ice beams that decimated mammoth families and their children. We uploaded it and called it the Managarmer. Who the heck named this thing? Oh yeah, we did, never mind that. We found an element mutated sloth 100 days later in the second proto-arc that converted minerals into crystals. They gave loot and resources. We uploaded it, but don't have a name for it yet. I shall wait for the survivors to name it. I was amazed that the scouts, enforcers, and defense units were still operational and doing their normal tasks. Lost Island, Fjordor, and Genesis ship asked for some of the element mutated creatures because they were amazed and loved the creatures. Explorer Note 11. To anyone that is reading this, I am Overseer M109, or I call myself Denodi. I am an overseer that works at the data centers of Prisminius Prime. I am writing these notes in the data centers and putting them in my folder because I have been feeling very stressed lately. Yes, we overseers feel emotions too. One of the arcs was blown up and is now in place with creatures that have mutated above my understanding. The other overseers have been very silent about this situation, and I'm feeling left out. Do they hate me? Did I do something wrong? I have no idea. I need to ask one of the head overseers what's going on. There's extinction there. 12. I asked one of the head managers of the overseers, and they told me there are reports of mutated humans and a human that was dumb enough to inject himself with a molten element. Hello, Rockwell. Why on earth's sake would you do that? The other overseers were scared because of this. That's why they changed personality so much. We sent a group of scouts to scour the area and find any broken transfer terminal so they can shut it down, and then we will be safe. On a also neutral note, some people have escaped to Earth by making a giant teleporter. That could be seen as a positive, right? Well, what a surprise. All our scouts were destroyed, and that thing that has become Broken Ark. New overseer found the broken terminal. I am writing this note in a bunker with all the other overseers because there are mutated creatures everywhere, not only on Prisminius, but on all the other arks, too. We have sent many tech creatures to fight them off, and overseers controlling mechs are doing the job, too. The Homo Deus are trying to shut down the connections. The main one seems to have been recently become one. She calls herself the one who waits. Only remembering that she used to be a female survivor called Helena. She also activated the respawn protocol for every arc that made some of the overseers mad, but most of them are a fan of her work. I talked to Helena recently. She told me there are horrors on Earth beyond anything I've seen. This is just the bare minimum. She told the rest to shut down the 5 bio-arcs that were plagued with these mutated creatures. During the conversation, she called the leader of it Sir Edmund Rockwell. Apparently, he was an amazing scientist that brought his science to the arts and made her smile a lot when she was in sadness. 90% of the arcs have been get rid of the creatures we need to have our other arcs on lockdown. Helena likes it here and is fascinated when showing her the XR and Prisminium creatures. She found the Maywing one of the most fascinating creatures on the station. We asked her to work here with us, but she refused and said she had some business on Earth to do. Hello there again. I have not written notes in a very long time, but you know, if I am writing these notes, it means I am stressed. Well, this time we have heard rumors on the element corruption that is on the station. I hope this is not true and it's just a hoax. Well, we will have to wait and see. On another negative note, the Genesis ship, its simulation, seems to have been hacked. Great, everything is going to hell. Oh my goodness. So, guess what happened? All 10 of our bio-arcs have been taken over by element corruption. So many dead overseers, it's too many. The element corruption corrupted all the creatures there. The ones that were immune were killed. It came through a corrupted terminal. The most scary part is that the corruption has taken over humans. We put those humans out of their misery. The corruption has been contained in these 10 bio-arcs before it can spread to other bio-arcs, fortunately. But when a small part got taken over in the yellow bio-arc, they reached the artifact there that was used to summon the Megapithecus, and in horror, it corrupted the Megapithecus and its minions and its arena. We closed off the cave on the yellow bio-arc where the said corrupted colony. They should not escape from that cave unless someone dares to enter it. Many overseers were killed trying to close it. Luckily, none got corrupted. Well, I hope at least that's the case. Prisminium creatures are creatures that are fused with something around them, improving their strength and survival in various ways. These can include status effects when attacking and inflicting pain, immune to certain stuff, or making them cold-blooded killers that will kill anything in sight that dares to move. Prisminium creatures are not born on Prisminius Prime, but rather kept there. They are found on other places and reside on the station. See this one here. Well, hello there again. When you read this note, you know I am stressed. Well, let me catch you up to speed for a bit. The 10 bio-arcs are still on lockdown, even after centuries or decades. I have lost track of time. The head overseers only know what time it is. We received many SOS signals from the Genesis ship. Someone even tried to separate the rings from each other. We don't know what's wrong. A few days later, all signals stopped, except we only got one claiming that they found a Prisminium Fenrir. In return for its data, the ship wants all Prisminium variants. So our higher-ups sent the data of all Prisminium creatures and the angel, and we got this Prisminium Fenrir data. But I checked while the others were celebrating, and after cracking the data, something is very wrong with this data. There is a creature called the Shadowmane, Noglin, and more R variants that look distorted. There is more. Oh God, there is a corruption. I have to alert the others and find a hiding spot quick. I can't disable this. I don't have permission. Stupid system. I am trembling in fear. This is the most horrific thing I have ever seen. All my friends, they checked the room where the data was held, and they all got mangled into savage beasts by someone that spread its flesh, inducing corruption over the entire station. I saw my own friends begging for help while their insides were ripped out and replaced with flesh by my own friends that have changed into something I can't recognize them anymore. The survivors on the other 10 bioarcs where this flesh corruption happened changed. They started attacking each other, all shouting the phrase, "Pray to your god Rockwell and submit to his commands." He can't be back. We thought he was dead. Oh God, they are here. I can hear the breathing. I am scared. Oh look, it's Fred. I am still alive, and I was about to get mauled and mangled into something else. A survivor with a plant on its backpack shot them all to death with its rifle. He said I needed to follow him while we were running out of the corrupted zones. We saw chaos everywhere while we ran. I floated to Yellow Bio Arc on the way. He introduced himself as a tribe leader called Heat, and his plant he called Fred, and he says Fred is sentient. What is hard to believe, but I have seen weirder stuff, so I'm going with it. Pete also informed the artifact cave that held the artifact to summon the broodmother has been corrupted too while they were fighting the broodmother. Thus, when they almost defeated the broodmother, the flesh corruption teleported into the arena, and the broodmother realized what was going on and protected Pete and his tribe from the flesh corruption and transferred them to the last cave that has not been corrupted. That's where we are now. And one of Pete's tribe mates said he saw never before seen beasts coming our way with the flesh corruption. Their goal is to corrupt the ex-dragon and fully take over the station and spread to the other arcs. But we can't let this happen. Me, Pete, and 2 other members, 8 other survivors, and Fred the plant against this horde. This will be our final stand. We are hearing them coming. Adios, survivor. So Fred the plant is in the lore. I love it. Oh, this one's going to be hard to read. Oh, there it is. It's done. We won the Battle of the Cave. Well, we all died. Yes, I have been damaged beyond repair, and I don't have any time left to upload my data. Let me tell you how the battle went before my systems will shut down. We confronted them in the cave, and we were all staring at each other, wondering who would make the first move. One of the survivors charged, and instantly was crushed by the jaws by one of the corrupted creatures. Then they charged us. Me and the other overseers were in the air, beaming the corrupted survivors. We killed a lot of enemies, but then 2 of the other survivors were eaten and impaled. Then the other 2 overseers were taken down, but luckily not converted. And while Fred, he was still alive. That's a fact for some reason. Then Pete was swallowed whole, but it was not over. Pete split up the stomach of the corrupted beast, and then it died. Everyone was dead except me, Pete, and Fred. Then we got overwhelmed. Pete saw he was slowly converting into one of them. He looked at me with a smile, telling me to get to the artifact he planted Fred, and said, "Goodbye, old friend." He then proceeded to pull out a remote and press the button. The whole cave fell into flames, and everything burnt to dead or got exploded. I unfortunately, like I said, am dying, and my final message is thank you for reading this, Survivor. Hello, Survivor. I see that you have had enough resources to create this broken explorer note. Well, I know all of what you do. I observe every step you take, every creature you fight or tame. I see it all. Don't be surprised. I corrupted almost all the overseers on this station. You think I would let them go mad without giving their information first? Wow, you lack the intelligent, Survivor. Are you even able to survive against a little Pego, or will fall to your knees and die and respawn again? Those Prisminium variants you spotted are fascinated, aren't they? I see we got a thing in common, Survivor. May have to recruit you at one point. We are getting off track. Where were we again? Oh, yes. These creatures fuse with the environment. It's so fascinating seeing the Prisminium, Dokiosius, and Cinema crops when I was in my more weaker state back on the Broken Ark. Those future people did not believe what I saw. Unfortunately, they also did not allow me to go back to show them proof. When I heard there was a bunch more on this station after so many people sent SOS messages on the Genesis ship, I made my own experiment by throwing thousands of Fenrir in space. All of them died except one that was fused with the mutagel and was able to breathe in space and thrive. I uploaded its data, released a bunch more of them in space, and sent the station the data of the Fenrir and also maybe data of my other creatures. And maybe even I'm having it's so little. Maybe even teensy little bit of myself as corruption. Ah, Rockwell, you old hag, you fooled an entire station with a simple message. What a bunch of fools. All right, now we have 3 more to make, and we need that up there. What are you doing out there? And there's Fred. See him out there floating in the air next to a palm tree? That's Fred the plant. Okay, I had to show you Fred. All right, we need you and you and you. Where are we going to put these 3? I'm out of space in here. I guess we can put them here. Let's see. All right, here's the broodmother one. And Megapithecus. And the dragon. So that's 23, 24, and 25. Where am I going to put them? Can I read them up here? Let's see. No. Okay. I guess I'll put them right here. You up. Okay, 23. 24. 25. Port down right there. Alright, here we go. Last 3. Oh wow, look at the brave soldier that defeated my broodmother minion. Oh, whatever will I do? In all seriousness, it's not fun to touch a god's ally. And surely not an ally where I spend time on perfecting. You think my corruption spreads by itself? That would make it not as elegant as I want it. You may have defeated the broodmother of mine, but that won't stop me from still going on to fully cleanse this ship failure of corruption. You would also have to beat the corrupted gorilla and the ex-dragon. Then the overseers have a chance of calling the Homo Deus again. Why am I telling you this information? Well, I don't think you can defeat the other guardians. The gorilla is corrupted by the savage form of element, and the ex-dragon, while not corrupted yet, I can't wait to fiddle around with the dragon of mine. Because of the communications closed around the whole station, it has become very aggressive and will attack everything it sees. To be sure, it's not some sort of corruption, a bit of paranoia actually. Those people that bested my army back in that desert cave will pay. Well, they already paid the ultimate price of death. Well, except one, that stupid survivor's plant called Fred. Survived the scorched explosion and now floating in the air like some lunatic. I will kill that plant and study its origin. I want more answers. So little time, so much to play with. Look, he came back after killing the corrupted Megapithecus just to mock me. Yes, I may have been wrong about you killing it, but I guarantee you that you won't win against the dragon. I am never wrong. I am Sir Edmund Rockwell, after all. Well, it's God Rockwell to you. Don't worry, I will find a way to you and convert you to my army. I need some help after all. That puppet of hers has found someone worthy of destroying me. And who best to kill an experienced survivor than you? I've seen what you are capable of. You're smart, strong, and quick in battle. I've seen you defeat those creations of mine, and I also think you saw some of my people on the wall. Yes, if you join me, your appearance will change. But don't fret. I will keep your mind intact and your free will. You can be a general for my army. I need someone with a lower intelligence as me to understand my army more. If you wish to join me, go to the corrupted overseer and let it convert you. Then stand with no armor in front of one of my heads and wait until you die. I will upload your to your data to the ship and teach you the ways of being in my army. You idiot, I gave you an offer by a god, and you still refused. You defeated the dragon, and their comms are back up. This means they can clear the whole ship of corruption, well, most of it. The element corruption has burrowed too deep in the top of the station, and I have burrowed too deep in the bottom of the station. While those will stay me and the element corruption also have 4 bioarcs under full control, so they will have to explode the tunnels connecting those bioarcs. While you may have won the battle, survivor, you have not won the war. Yet I will hunt you across the arcs for your betrayal. Oh, Rockwell. Wait a minute, we gotta go down here. Fred! Fred, you're a legend. We gotta go see Fred the plant. Hey, Fred up there, you are a legend plant. I don't know how to get to you. I'd bring you in the house. I guess I could ride on a Stego or something. Fred the plant. Part of the story. I love how Fred the plant was incorporated into the story. That is so funny. Alrighty. So, that's it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed the story of this arc. I think it was very interesting. Armin, you did a good job on that. Our last episode will be taming the Prisminius Gotcha and the Prisminius Angel. And I haven't been able to get them to spawn on the map, but Armin suggested that I go ahead and spawn them in and then tame them that way. So that's what we're going to do and see if I can make the dossiers to go with them. There are 2 dossiers for the Angel, the regular one and one that Rockwell wrote. So we'll see if we can get some of those. I might have to spawn in some resources to do that, but we'll get it done. So that'll be it for this episode. Thank you for watching, and especially if you made it all the way to the end. You can follow me on Twitter or Discord. The links are in the description below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, please. My little channel needs all the help it can get. And until next time, bye-bye.